Hey, welcome back. It's a beautiful day. I thought I'd have you come along to help feed the animals and give them some water. Gonna get some grain for the sheep to start with. I like to give the sheep some grain. It helps them with their digestion with the grass seed. Helps them from overeating too. So just a little something I give them every day. It's not a whole lot, but it helps them stay healthy. So I keep giving it to them. I've got one lamb that's up here that's going to be sent out on this coming Saturday to be sold off. It was a little bit younger than the other lambs, so I held it back, let it grow a little bit more. I have a buyer that buys them from me that prefers them to be around 60, 70 pounds for the customers that he sells them to, so that's about the size of this one. Come here. Come on. Usually when they hear this, they come running because they like it. Come on. She's got the pen all to herself here. Come on. I give her a little bit more than normal amount of feed because she was falling behind a little bit nutritionally, so I'm trying to get her caught up, get her as healthy as can be for the sale day. We use this temporary electric fencing here, and we did a lot of rotational grazing with our sheep, but we're actually pretty much in a drought now this time of year. It's rained maybe once in the last 2 months, and so the grass quit growing. There's not a whole lot for them to eat anymore, so I've had to resort to giving them hay. I haven't even had to mow my lawn for over a month, almost 2 months. So in this pen we have our 4 ewes and 1 ram in here, along with 2 of our guardian dogs. You'll see them come up in a minute. As soon as I shake this pail of feed, I'm going to dump it in the trough. They're going to come running up here, eat that, and then I'm going to give them some hay, put in there too. Come on, sheep. Come on, sheep. Hey. Oh, here they come. Settle down. Pretty nice about the summertime is I can just run a hose out to these tanks permanently for the summertime and fill the water tanks. I don't bother putting a float on here because I use this hose to fill other tanks in the area, but this doesn't take long. See, my puppies are kind of camera shy. They come up with their wet fur around their mouths, and that fur gets dirty, and they stick that in these tanks, and the tanks get all muddy, so they look a little dirty. But I'm gonna put some of my bleach in here. Watch my video. Check out that link right there. Click on that. It shows you how much bleach to put in to keep the bacteria under control in these water tanks. It's not much. Not much at all. It's all it takes to keep the water good. Hey girls. Hi. Guys. How are you doing today? The coyotes howl at night. These girls start barking and barking. Those coyotes don't stand a chance if they come near these things. Biggest coyote I have, I think, is maybe half the size of one of these. Yeah, it'd be like a chew toy, wouldn't it? Yeah, we'll check on your food in just a little bit. And since those dogs don't usually eat much hay, we do have dog food for them. Got this feeder system set up here so only the dogs can get in it. And I backed it up to the fence because if you bring out a bucket full of dog food to refill this thing, that ram over there does whatever he can to get you away from that bucket, and it's not very pleasant. So I just open up the strap, and you can see they've got plenty of food in the feeder. Yes. So in here we have our ducks, and the water that they have is in this blue barrel here. They stick their heads in those holes cut in the side, and they not only get a drink, but they also wash themselves off, their head, their beaks, and everything in there as well. What I've noticed they like to do is they like to dig down into the dirt around the barrel and stick their head in there, dig down around the barrel, stick their head in there. So it turns out to be some very muddy water, but I usually top it off, let it overflow a little bit, clean it out a little bit as best I can, but usually about once a week I come in, completely empty it out and get the mud out of the bottom and then put in fresh water. While that's filling in there, I'm going to show you, we have the duck feed in this bin here. Holds about 50 pounds of feed, so I don't have to fill it. I've only filled it once in the last month, but still plenty of it in there for them. I got this blue cutoff is actually the top of this barrel. Cut it off. They're kind of sloppy eaters, so this catches what they spill out. Then they actually go down and eat from there too, so it works out pretty well. Less waste, less slop. And right now they're pretty camera shy right now. So you can see how muddy that water is. I'll just let it overflow a little bit and kind of help it get out a little bit, but it only takes them about 20 minutes. They got right back to that same color again. Moving on to the chickens. We've got some Bielefelder chickens. They're kind of molting right now, so you see feathers all over the place, but we usually get 5 to 7 eggs a day, which is on the low side, but time to go feed and water them. So if you've seen my chicken coop video, probably remember seeing this, but the feeding system here is I have a section of coop here, a section of coop here. This is where I put the feed in, one on each side. So I just take this cap off. This cap is just probably more for my peace of mind than anything. It just keeps the bugs out. Any rodents that happen to make their way in, keeps them out. Not that they can't get in on the other side, but the chickens kind of take care of the bugs on the other end of it. To have a scoop. Got these bins that hold about 40 pounds of food. Sitting right handy, ready to go. Usually when these tubes are empty, they take about 8 scoops, but I don't think they're empty, so. Usually takes them about 3 days to empty out these things. So it saves me the hassle of having to dish out food every single day. There we go. And I put, these bins have screw, I'll show you. They have lids that thread on. There's actually a rubber gasket here that keeps the critters out of there, and it also keeps the food from kind of going rancid as fast. Seals it up nice. Now for the summertime, I've got their water outside. I'll show you what we have. I had to step away for just a minute. Some family rolled in and I had to go see what they were up to, but I'm back here. So my chicken coop is divided in 2 parts. So this part has the younger birds, the other part has the older birds. When they get beyond their laying years, they get butchered and put in the freezer, and then hatch some more eggs and keep on the rotation. So on this side, there's a 5-gallon water jug, and on the other side, there's an 8-gallon water jug. We've played with a couple different ways of having water jugs, water tanks, and stuff like that, and it's hard to find the perfect solution to all this, especially when winter hits. My wife came up with an idea on a water tank with a heater in it that I can make, and I'm gonna make that soon, and I'll show you folks how that works. There's that. And with this, just like all the other water tanks, they get some bleach. Doesn't hurt the animals, but it keeps the water clean. And it keeps the tanks clean too, for quite a bit longer than normal. Might as well put the bleach in right away. I'm now in my garage where I have 3 baby chickens. And here, let me show them to you. So here we are, and it's kind of a funny story. Let me get this little covering off here. They like to fly up in the air and get loose once in a while. But anyway, well, not so much a funny story, a weird story. Here are the 3 chicks that came along. Well, we had 2 of our ducks that died from the original shipment. So we use the Metzer farm company, the company that sells ducks, and we have an insurance policy through them to replace any ducks that died within the first year. And you know, it costs a little bit of money, so we let them know 2 died, and they sent 2 more our way. Got it in the mail. It comes through the post office, and open up the box, and these 3 chicks are in with the 2 ducks. And so then the 2 baby ducks that came with these birds died. The 2 ducks died. And so my wife contacted the company and said those 2 died also, but the 3 chickens survived. And the people on the other end said that they don't sell chickens, and that most likely there was a crate of baby chicks at the post office somewhere along the line that broke open, and the chicks were loose, and workers probably just stuck them in any old box they could find. And supposedly that's how we ended up with these 3 chickens. Not sure what they are. I think they're the Australope type chicken. We'll see. I don't know. The adult bird of the Australope is all black, and these still have some white in them, but we'll see. We're gonna raise these chickens up to the point where once they feather out a little bit more, and when they get to that point, they can tolerate the colder temperatures that we have now. And so for right now, I've got a heat lamp during the night. It's on a timer. And when they get fully feathered, a little bit bigger, I can put them in with the other chickens, and they can all sit together. I've got a chicken coop that'll keep them warm, but the feathers are something I'm looking forward to before I set them out there in nighttime temperatures. So these are some of the activities that keep me busy every morning. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.